In the Bible where they say, raise up a child in the way it should go, and it shall not depart from it. Now, the most amazing part of that to me is, if you're raised in a shitty environment, they just say, well, when you grow up, you can just get over it. Well, it can be one or the other.
Yeah.
Who's right? You cannot sit on both. Either the way you're raised affects you for the rest of your life, good and bad, or it has nothing to do with it and you can change it. Now, of course, we all know it matters a lot. They just are dickheads. And they won't give support to those that have been in shitty relationships. They never have. So they've just said, I just get over it. Well, the truth of the matter is that same concept affects you for the rest of your life. So you've got to make peace with that, no matter what. You had a shitty lifetime, you tend to look at people like they're dangerous, and you've got to fix that. So you go through your day knowing if you spend a great deal of time in fear, which most of us have, certainly starseeds have, because they don't understand this place, so they're afraid of it. So you've got to start dealing with the fear first. So anytime you feel fear, and by the way, worry is fear. You may call it something else, but it is a mild form of fear. You've got to get rid of worry altogether. Period. End of story. Without getting rid of fear and worry, you can't get out. You can't even get up very far in 4D. And it will take you right back down in a split second. Okay? So you go through your day moment to moment on top of what you're thinking, how you're feeling really is faster. Thinking first, then go into feeling, because you want to get rid of the thoughts. And then you've got to be, really, really tough on yourself onto what you're feeling. You've got to be very, very honest with yourself about what you're feeling. Because if you're not honest, you can't correct it.
Because the subconscious will still have it. Yeah.
So if you don't go down deep and really be truthful with where you're standing and have a discussion with you. Now, you know some of my life. Yeah, I'm not saying this is easy. It isn't. Every turn I make, every glance I have, there's something triggering me that that person's dangerous. This is a dangerous situation. At which point I've got to instantly, because at this point, mostly I've got less than 3 seconds to fix this, or I'm going to create havoc. And so I've got 3 seconds to go. I've got to call bullshit on it. It's just a game. I'm a god. I'm okay. And that's about how much time I've got. So I don't have time to think it out. I don't have time to ruminate about it. I don't have time to human it out. I've got to do it wicked fast. So that's the reason why my things become very short. I call bullshit, none of my business. I want to be happy, period, end of story. Smile, move on. And until the next trigger. And it happens hundreds of times a day. It used to happen thousands of times a day. But eventually it does get better. It does get easier. So what you're trying to do is your whole life you've been trained to be in fear and worry. That's what you've been trained since you were tiny. It's what you're trained Storm to do. Be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. Watch out, watch out, watch out. That's, oh my God, millions if not billions of people telling you from the time you're tiny that it's a scary world out there.
Yeah.
Okay? You've got to counter that. And the countering to get out of this is, no, it's not. This has always been me. It will always be me. There's nothing to be afraid of, and even if I fuck it up, I can fix it because I'm a god. And that process is what I do every day. That's what everybody's got to do.
Yeah.
Now, however you do that, whether it's with stones, with products that smell good, with flowers, with people that are around you, with your job, with your art, with your music, however you need to do that, is how you need to do it, but that's what's got to be done to get out. You cannot allow yourself to continually respond the way you've been trained to. And the good thing about you is you can do whatever you want to Storm. He's not paying any attention to you. So it looks like you're training him to be in fear, but most of the time he's just, when he's screaming at you, he's going, F you, I don't buy it. So I don't get all emotional about it with him, except for the dog, which he'll get over that too. As soon as he can talk to her. She's new on the planet too. She's about a year old now.
Oh, okay.
So she's just a baby. She's not very good at it either. So eventually, the older he gets, the better he'll be able to talk to animals. And he'll talk to animals much better than humans. Because humans are the most difficult animal of all to communicate with.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Because animals are pure, they're not deceptive. And humans are non-stop deceptive. You have to let go layer upon layer upon layer to try to find where the truth is and sort it out. It is very, very tricky. Very, very tricky. Which is what kind of stay away from them because it's so hard to keep up with, and they move fast.
Mhm.
And long-term humans move the fastest.
Mhm.
And I'm going, what? Whoa, stop. And I like fast.
Well, I'm telling you that.
But they still drive me crazy. They still drive me crazy. But it's good to have a friend, one of them that's a friend.
Mhm.
Because they're protect you in this crazy place.
Are you live?
No, it's not live.
Just recording.
It's recording.
See, I have to make sure.
Oh, whatever. She's just telling you not living in fear. You are worried how you look. Really listening.
You know, it's really a good way of, it's actually a good way to do that, is to not care and do videos and put them out.
Mhm.
You'll be shocked at the amount of people that will respond and say, wow, you look so pretty, when you just accept the way you are, no matter what.
Yeah.
And I got a lot more positive whenever I started just doing shit whenever. You know, whenever I just, I don't care if I was out in the middle of the woods and I was covered in sweat and my hair was all scraggly. You know, you just, there is something in that confidence that is so much stronger vibration than doing it all up. That's like fake confidence.
Yeah.
But if you don't care, that confidence shines way stronger than the confidence you get when you get all dressed up.
I saw that I started to get stronger when I took my dreads out and I started doing videos. I was forced. I was stuck there. I didn't have a way to get my hair done and I had to deal with it. But I saw myself, at first it was hard to do a video, and then afterwards I found myself just okay with it and more confident about it. And everybody did say, you look so beautiful, I love your hair.
It was a huge difference. It was vibrationally, it was a huge difference.
People would call me, oh my God, you're ascension, you're transforming.
Yeah, you were, your skin looked lighter. I was shocked but when you're with your dreads, you literally look like a darker black person. And when you took them out, you looked, 50% lighter.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think the dark hair makes your skin
it
look
didn't have
lighter.
anything to do with that. That was infused life into your body.
Oh.
Now, a human would look at that as
Is
you
that
looking
what
lighter.
they get that emo stuff from? Where they all look dark and they do all the black hair and the black clothes.
And they'll pull. Actually, there's more to that. That's kind of interesting, actually. That dark stuff, actually, they're looking for contrast. And they'll lighten them up a lot. They're drawing a lot more light, so you'll see that bang bang difference. You see very white skin and very dark hair because they like that contrast.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is looking for the contrast. They're trying to find the good by going deep into the dark. They're trying to find the light by leaning into the dark because it's easier to see the light when you're in the dark, right?
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. But yeah, you were a lot different. It was a lot different.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I went over and I went, whoa, that wasn't just because of dreads? Okay. So I went back, of course, and I found the dreads. It wasn't the dreads, of course.
Yeah,
it was the attitude.
Yeah.
It was the person that was wearing the dreads and how you felt about yourself. You were hiding under the dreads is what you were doing.
Yeah.
So you took the dreads off and you came out. And I went, whoa, And then you were talking the other day about taking them back, and I went, okay, well, it's her game, it's none of my business.
Maybe I won't.
But you need to, and I will, there was a time whenever I really felt bad about myself, and I started nursing school out of the blue at 32. I do not know how I did that, and I had this friend, and she didn't have much money, and she had a wonderful family, and she was kind of big, but she just loved me. I mean, she just loved me as a friend. And she called me at least 20, 30 times a day just to say this. You are a wonderful person. I love you so much. Or something like that. And of course, and you're beautiful. She'd always say, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. And I would cuss her. I'd slam down the phone. I would respond to her like, well, what do you want? There was always anything like that ever come to me my whole life usually was followed by something bad. Something really bad, usually. So she did that for months until I finally stopped hanging up on the phone. I finally stopped screaming at her, and she just kept it up. And eventually, instead of screaming and hollering at her, eventually I smiled and went, well, maybe I am kind of pretty. But if it wasn't for her, I would still be in deep hating myself.
Yeah.
I'm not super great at it anyway, but I'm a lot better because of her. Because of one person spent all day putting that input of you are a beautiful, special person, you can do anything you want, over and over and over again.
And you know what? That's true, because I heard my daughter telling her friends, she said, my mom really helped me because all my life she told me I was a beautiful girl. And she said, and I had self-confidence all my life. And she said, I really feel like it helped me in my adulthood to have someone there in my corner telling me I was beautiful.
Well, if you look at the situation for everybody, but especially women, how many times a day do you get hit with you're not good enough, certainly not pretty enough? I mean, we see drop-dead gorgeous women that are told they're not good enough. What do we stand a chance?
Yeah.
However, over the years, I've looked at guys' eyes through different eyes as I was older. And most guys see beauty in every woman. It's us that's doing it to ourselves. It's not them. I mean, they'll look at the pretty ones too, and they'll go watch the porn, but they'll also look at the woman walking down the street. But then what they show us on TV is that if you're not good enough, they call us dogs.
Yeah.
But I have not seen that in the last 10 years. What I've seen is guys see women as beautiful.
So the more you would pay attention to your own beauty, it flourishes more.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So the more you see yourself as beauty, the more you can see more men that see the beauty in you. You're unique, you, the way you are. And they do like that. So when I stopped hating myself and started seeing myself as, oh, okay, I might be all right, then I could see guys looking at me and other women going, yeah, they didn't care if your hair was up or down. They just looked at women and smiled because they like the way women look. But I couldn't see that because I bought into everything that had been drilled into me. So you have to undrill, you have to unlearn everything that you've been taught. Because what you've been taught was a part of 3D. No harm, no foul. That's the way the game was made. But you know the game now. So you got to undo it.
Yeah.
And you got to undo it. The whole system is made to keep everybody in 3D, now 4D. You're going to fight the whole system. But you came in with very little amnesia. You can do this. You can do it with a thought. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's just doing it over and over and over again. That's the hard part.
Okay. And this is a challenge. I'm definitely going to start working on recreating myself to see myself as beautiful.
And I've told you guys, you know, you saw it firsthand. It's not that I don't fall down. I know exactly how it works. But I can still get too tired, too hungry, too low, and miss it. And, you know, I've got so much energy that I can mess up my life very quickly. I can do it in 15 minutes. I can crash it and burn it hard. So because of that, I can't afford to let up ever. But the option is be on top of it and do this every day for the rest of my life, or go back to being very miserable with it getting worse every day. I'll be on it every day until I die. That's better than the options.
Yeah.
Because at least now it doesn't get worse, and for 40 years it did. On the other hand, if I let it get worse, I'd probably die again, and you know, I'd love to die again. So, but,
yeah.